Greetings, my fellow constitutionalists. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, and I'm your host, King Eli. And today we will be covering our first story. Is actually from Infowars.com, and this is from Alex Jones. And the title of the article is Why the States Must Secede to Save America. And basically it says radio host Alex Jones called for a second American revolution led by the states who would secede from the federal government and reconstitute the republic under the terms of the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and Constitution. The call for Americans to rally behind a restoration of the Republic and the Bill of Rights comes on the back of a burgeoning secession movement that has swept the country, with residents from all 50 states submitting petitions to the White House calling for states to withdraw from the Union and from their own independent governments. The petitions have received a combined number of signatures totaling over 1 million. So we have over 1 million signatures, basically from all states around the United States of America here. And yeah, it seems the second American Revolution is upon us, perhaps. And you have radio host Alex Jones calling for it. And I, being a citizen of New York City, born and raised here on this island, my island of Manhattan, I second that petition. I, too, also move forward and would like to petition a secession, because any citizen in any state definitely has the right to secede from a tyrannical New World Order government, okay? When a government becomes tyrannical, it is the right of the people to overthrow that government. Okay? What do you think this country was founded on? The American Revolution. 1776. Okay? That is the answer to 1984. All right, we are live. Give me a call, 212-245-7273. It is Saturday, November 17th. What do you think about secession and possibly the coming Civil War? The Second American Revolution and the Second Civil War is upon us here. So, yeah, it looks like we got a call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello. Talk to me, brother.
First I gotta say, it's just a matter of time if and when, this is gonna fall over.
Yes?
Social chaos is gonna be coming after when the economic collapse. And, next Tuesday on Doomsday Preppers, this family is, trying to prep up in case of that, and that comes down to it. Social chaos caused by economic collapse. Really?
I got to record that on my DVR.
Check that out.
That sounds interesting. Did you watch the Jesse Ventura conspiracy theory?
Oh, yeah, about the death ray, yes.
Yeah, I missed the episode. Give us a quick review, Steve. You're my review guy today. Go ahead.
Well, they're saying, the death ray could have a big role in during the 9/11 attacks.
Really?
That's right. That's what they were saying, they're trying to put two and two together. And a lot of people who were trying to investigate, about the death ray has been killed.
Interesting. Well, I guess that makes me want to look into it.
Yep. And then next week, they're going to talk about time travel. That's right. Like everybody was saying about, taking about time travel is real and all that.
Yes. Very interesting.
Oh, did you see that movie on the Red Dawn?
The new one that's coming out, the remake?
Yeah, the Red Dawn, yeah.
I saw the previews, yes.
Yeah, and if you see that movie, it kind of gives you an idea what your cities are going to look like.
Yeah, originally, when they filmed this movie, Red Dawn, the new one, it was actually Chinese troops that invaded America, but they had to re-script it and they made them North Korean troops. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, okay. See, all these movies that they're putting out, comic books and video games, they're like have hidden messages.
Oh, yes.
You have to put two and two together. It's like a psyop. Now, I don't expect no one to believe me and all that, but it's true.
Yeah, everything's pretty much a psyop these days.
See, what they're doing, the reason why they're putting this out there is to wake people up. That's why they're doing this.
And for what purpose?
And the reason why they're doing it is to wake people up to know what's to come, like the coming of days.
Yeah, sort of like their secret code, or where they have to let us know what they're gonna do to us.
Exactly. So that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. I tell you. All right. Anything else on your mind, brother?
Yeah. Now with the New World Order that everyone's talking about, that's in the works as well too.
Oh, absolutely.
And I've been hearing these days a whole TV show talking about zombies, like zombie apocalypse, which is The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Don't take any of those flu shots or vaccinations, I tell you. How do you think they all got infected? Yeah.
Like, if you're going to depopulate, you have to start in the immune system.
Oh, yes.
That's how they're going to do it.
Yeah, this is why I stay away from that.
Yeah, and in Georgia, there's like a stone, like under 5,500 million.
No.
Because right now, the Earth is over 5 billion. It's almost...
Well, they say it's coming up on 9 billion.
Like now they're saying 9 billion.
But it's actually declining, but we're overpopulated. But we're in decline. Does it make sense, Steve?
On decline?
Yes. We're overpopulated, but we're actually declining down to about 8 billion.
Oh, okay.
Just like, Hurricane Sandy is because of global warming, according to man-bear-pig Al Gore.
Exactly. Yeah, with the inconvenient lie or
Yes. You said it right the first time, Steve.
That's right, inconvenient lying. Yeah, I saw that movie and all that. Yeah.
It's a big lie.
He's a hypocrite, man. The
Yes,
biggest
he is.
hypocrite there is.
Absolutely, Steve. Listen up, brother. I appreciate the call. Let's give some other callers a chance, all right?
Okay.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, that was Steve. My #1 fan, calls every week. Good guy. All right, let's move on to my next article. Mexican drug cartel assassins brought guns from the U.S. Border Patrol. A Mexican assassin who turned protected government witness against an accountant for the Sinaloa cartel has revealed in testimony that the cartel purchased weapons from the U.S. Border Patrol, according to Revista Cortanilia, a Spanish news agency. Apparently, they bought Warsaw 10 rifles, a knockoff AK-47, and a bunch of other guns from the Border Patrol. This guy testifies. And this is another reason why the Second American Revolution is upon us, you see, because they're trying to take away our Second Amendment by doing a bait and switch, a trap game here. Basically selling all our weapons to the Mexicans and then blaming it on our Second Amendment. This is simple. We must stop the New World Order and what they are doing. We must eliminate them at any means necessary. Because when they start taking away my freedom of speech, my Second Amendment, my Fourth Amendment, my Fifth Amendment, my Sixth Amendment, I start to get angry, okay? You strip away my rights day by day. And now you got Obamacare in effect. My health insurance rates are going up. And I can't afford my medication. I can't afford my children's medication. Thank you. And this is supposed to be affordable health care. I'm going on a rant already. POW flag is up. Veterans Day just passed. Let's never forget our POWs and our veterans who served and spilled their blood for this country and these colors right here. Because the spirit of 1776 lives on and will live on for infamy, forever. Especially through my veins. And hopefully it will pass down to my children and it will never die. It runs through my soul. Because the answer to 1984, George Orwell's 1984, is 1776. All right, enough of my rant. Let's move on to my next article. This is by Aaron Dykes from Infowars.com. It's titled, Bilderberg Calls Emergency Meeting in Rome to Save Mario Monti Government. Italy's prime minister is under fire on many fronts on the anniversary of his appointment. His mandate to rule with technocratic government and impose unpopular austerity measures has lost support, but the cavalry is on its way. Yes, well, if you watch my show, you would know that I went down to Bilderberg back in, I believe it was, when was it? June. The beginning of June, the end of May. Right there. Went down to Chantilly, Virginia. Brought my little boy with me, 6 years old. Brave little guy, I tell ya. Was out there strong, and we were protesting those evil bastards. Well, apparently they have called another emergency meeting, which is very unusual because they only meet once a year around the month of June. And this article says they're meeting in Rome because what's going on in Rome right now are the citizens are rioting in Spain, in Rome, in France, in Greece. And if this is going on over there, it's only a matter of months before it hits here. I give it by April, maybe. See, because the dollar is already dead, and most people don't even know it. The dollar is dead, people. Dead. Dead in the water. You might as well take those green, fraudulent Federal Reserve fiat notes and trade them in for gold and silver. Because they're worth nothing. Nothing. All right, moving on to my next article by Kurt Nemo, Infowars. Paula Broadwell. Did neocon honeypot take down General Petraeus? When I speak of honeypots, honeypots are basically these fine-looking female, basically CIA agents who come and infiltrate, who come and maybe even sleep with you, do whatever it takes to get dirt on you. So I believe the general, David Petraeus, who was the boss of the CIA director, was set up by the CIA honeypot. Because how does the head of the CIA get his emails monitored by the FBI? And then such a ridiculous thing that's going on. Caller, I see you calling. Hang on. You're going to fire him over, excuse me, but a piece of ass? Are you kidding me? There are more important things to worry about than who's the guy sleeping with. I'm not saying he's a good guy, but come on. This is getting ridiculous. This is obviously over something else, not over no damn piece of poontang. All right. Caller, you are on the air. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello, buddy. You recognize?
Oh, absolutely. This is my heart buddy.
Yeah, I'm the Soldiers of Fortune guy.
All right.
You got a problem on your ear. You know that. After we talked and when we talked and how we talked and what we said, you got a magnet field they put on you, on your audio.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes, I got a lot of complaints
about this. Are you monitoring your audio?
Yes.
You hear the audio?
Actually, in the studio, it sounds great, but
but when you go to airwaves, you got to get a TV, battery operated, or someone. Call someone in your house or your family. Tell them to go on your channel. Monitor and you hear the magnet. I just found out it's a magnet field. I talked to a tobacco firearms communication guy.
So this is going on right now, today's show.
Right at this moment, you're getting bombarded. And what happens if they don't want certain shows, like you got black or Hispanic that they don't like? A lot of them are prejudiced. What they do, or they don't like what you say about the United States, and you tell them the truth, they bombard you with magnet field, and they can direct the pentatyping antenna. It's like harp, but this harp is pointed. You could point it. You could turn the antenna northeast, west, and south. I'm an expert in communication, and they're doing it as you speak.
Oh, this is this is unbelievable.
But you sound like you want to hear it. Stand by.
All right, go ahead.
Stand by. Give me. I'll 10-5 you a message right because I got you on open speaker.
You got it. All right. While he's doing that, I'll read this next article. Does Al Gore think he's Captain Planet?
Can you hear it now?
Yes, it's coming very muffled. Very muffled. Wow. I got it, buddy. Yeah. Wow.
Pointed towards you.
Wow. All right. All right. Where do you think this is coming from, buddy?
A magnet field. It's of course the government is the only one who can use that much power and know what they're doing. A regular person can't do it. They can do it, but small modifications.
All right. All right. Lower your TV. Lower your TV.
Yeah, I got you now. I lowered it down.
All right,
Did you hear that?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Magnet field.
And do you know the location of this magnet field?
The magnet field could come from anywhere. It could come from outer space. It could come from a vehicle that's like they got a thing called hummingbird. You ever hear of hummingbird?
Not really. Explain that.
A hummingbird, it looks like a hummingbird. It's real small, a little bigger than a bee. And they can transmit information, or they take bees and they put transmitters on their back. They glue it with crazy glue. But the hummingbirds, I could go near your window of your house and land and listen to everything from the crack of your window while it's open, or by your car.
Wow.
It looks like a bird. It sounds, it chirps like a bird and a hummingbird. And then it transfers to another location where it gets more power. It's like a linear amplifier. It goes from 5 watts to 500 watts, 1,000 watts. And what they do, you use a repeater system to repeat the signal. This way, wherever you want. They could be in New York, you could be in California, and they could jam you.
Interesting. And what do you think about man-bear-pig Al Gore blaming the hurricane on global warming?
No, it's not. It's more than that. Okay, in the last 100,000 years, first time in the summer that all of the Arctic has ever melted down completely. 100,000 years. They got the info, and I got the info from Channel 13. They do a lot of research. They got a lot of people over the world, and ex-federal agents that work for them and all that. You know, they use them.
And you're saying the ice caps have melted down?
Yeah, what happens here is, and they don't tell you, they just tell you half of the story, 40-60. 40-60 don't count. 10 years ago it was 50-50. So the deal is, in the last 100,000 years, the first time, last year the ice caps melted, and they've been finding polar bears that are dying because they swim out miles and miles and they can't come back, and there's no place to land on the ice.
Yeah, I believe this is global warming rhetoric because I've read some other scientist statements basically saying there is basically more ice than there was in the last 50 years up there. The ice keeps on building and building, and also that there are more polar bears than there have ever been, and polar bears can swim up to, I forget how many miles, but a lot of miles.
15 miles.
Yes, and yeah, it's basically a lot of global warming propaganda.
Yeah, but coming back on a retreat to get the food for their family, because sometimes some of these bears regurgitate their food for the babies, and what they do when they're coming in, they get so tired, overwhelmed. They find at least 10 to 8 every month polar bears dead. Yeah. And what's happened is feed. What's happened, the whales are eating them, the sharks are eating them and all that. It's food.
And you got scientists also saying this is actually a natural occurrence. This has been going on for years, polar bears dying in this way.
To a certain extent. But if you got a piece of land that's considered land, could be anything. Could be a rock that could be stabilized in the ocean high enough, considered a mountain, or it could be ice that's floating, a flotation device that they can land on and stay there a couple hours and then swim. They have nothing, no debris, no nothing.
All right, I'll have to do further research into that. Quickly, explain to my audience what we were talking about last week in regards to the HAARP. I believe you said you were speaking to somebody in Australia on some sort of 5 pp's when it was supposed to be 20 pp's. Can you?
Oh yeah, on the HAARP thing, what's happening? The situation with the HAARP, we get skip. Skip is caused. The more they skip, like they got 3 ionospheres. You got one that goes across the states, one across the United States, one across the world. It bounces a signal to the ionosphere of the sky. Now, what's happening here is we get the more skip because it carries a wave in the atmosphere, and it grabs onto a communication that's is electric, with electric. It's like water with water matches, oil with oil matches, oil with water doesn't match. It's the same situation. And the situation here is when we get a lot of skip, that's when the HAARP is going out there. It's like being by a mountain, and the dust from the mountain, the iron ore, floats around. If it's windy, you'll get a better communication. If not, it absorbs into the mountain, and you lose communications. Like I say, Route 6 up in Bear Mountain. That's why they won't put no towers, Nextel and any other radio stations on these cell sites, because they know it gets absorbed into the mountain, because it's all iron ore in that area. You understand that?
Yes, absolutely. Interesting.
I've been around the world, and I've done things. Wall Street. I was a bodyguard for. They hire me as. Once in a while, I get a good job, and it's just. But it's still my country. If I got paid or not, I don't care. I just want it to work for everybody. If it works for me, it'll work for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like saying, "Oh, I meant to shoot you in the toe, but I missed. I shot you in the face. I'm sorry." There's no sorry with that. Only when you step on somebody's toes, it's a sorry.
What do you
it's
think
just
about
a ricochet from your toe to your head.
What do you think about states calling for secession?
Says of what?
Basically seceding from the Union, the United States, breaking off and becoming their own independent government, as the founding fathers did with Great Britain.
I think it'd be a lot better because we have a problem, we have a problem, not the whole world or the whole United States. And then the people that don't have the problem could come and help us. It's like pieces. You put it in a piece. You say, this section, 104.9, southeast or southwest, and instead we have a problem. So all the other people will come and help us. We could. You put in a position where you don't have to deal with the whole world, the whole United States, because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think?
Well, I believe that any form of government which is tyrannical to its citizens, we the people have a right to overthrow it, as it states in our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and such.
Correct. Yeah. Life is short. We got to make a good thing of it, and we got to try to respect each other, because governments of all nations, whenever have a problem, either like we don't have a problem, but we use other things to cause a problem. Like we talked about that Terminex, Super Terminex. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that the
World Trade Center? Why they get rid of all that steel so fast, and they can't get rid of one borough? Where they should go one borough at a time. Close everybody out, make it a government thing where all hotels have to take people in no matter what. Take care of Brooklyn, finish. Take care of Staten Island, finish. Take care. Instead of lingering it could linger for 10 years.
Instead, FEMA is turning away food, turning away supplies, saying we got this when they don't have anything, in fact.
Right, exactly. They don't have. What happens? They should have alternators, generators on wheels. They bring them later on. They got a special type of system for heating. People, they give you heaters, but you have no generator to plug the heater in. Then when they do get these big generators, big as buses, they only could run the elevator and the lights.
Yeah.
And they said, don't plug in your heater. Why the hell did you give a heater out?
All right, we got about 30 seconds left. Anything else on your mind?
No. But I don't know if you got my number, my personal number.
Call me after the show, and I will write it down. Call me when we go off the air.
Yeah, and
the
we
same
can,
number.
Because I got a lot of info, a lot of shit that people, on the QT.
Absolutely. All right.
But I could talk about the situation, but I can't talk about the person where I got it from.
All right. Call me when we get off of air. When I go off of air, and
Within 5 minutes
we'll get
of
that
the
straight. Absolutely.
5 minutes in the past, okay?
All right, brother.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right. Appreciate the call there. We're running out of time. Twinkie apocalypse is upon us. The closing of Hostess causes nationwide junk food preparedness surge. Basically, everybody's buying Twinkies because they closed down. HPV vaccine foisted on low-income girls in undeveloped countries. Don't get the Gardasil shot, boys and girls, please. Encourage prosperity, alternative famine, and heal the environment with hemp. George Washington declared, grow it everywhere. Hemp is greatly viable for the winning the war and sustaining a future fantastic for America. See, people, we can grow hemp, and it doesn't have to have the THC in it. It could be THC free. It doesn't even get you high. But it's made for oil, clothes, and all sorts of products. And who shut the hemp industry down? DuPont. Look into that. All right, anyway, we are out of time. You can watch me every Saturday live at 6. Live Free or Die, MNN. You can type into YouTube or go to MNN.org. Worldwide, files, channel 36, RCN 85, time 1:67. All right, people, we are out of time. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. All right, we are live. Give me a call, 212-245-7273. It is Saturday, November 17th. What do you think about secession and possibly the coming Civil War? The Second American Revolution and the Second Civil War is upon us here. So, yeah, it looks like we got a call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello. Talk to me, brother.
First I gotta say, it's just a matter of time if and when, this is gonna fall over.
Yes? Greetings, my fellow constitutionalists. We are live. This is Live Free or Die. And I'm your host, King Eli. And Island of Manhattan. I second that petition. I, too, also move forward and would like to petition a secession. Because any citizen in any state definitely has the right to secede from a tyrannical New World Order government. Okay? When a government becomes tyrannical, it is the right of the people to overthrow that government. Okay? What do you think this country was founded on? The American Revolution. 1776. Okay? That is the answer to 1984. And today we will be covering our first story is actually from Infowars.com, and this is from Alex Jones. And the title of the article is Why the States Must Secede to Save America. And basically it says radio host Alex Jones called for a second American revolution led by the states who would secede from the federal government and reconstitute the republic under the terms of the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and Constitution. The call for Americans to rally behind a restoration of the Republic and the Bill of Rights comes on the back of a burgeoning secession movement that has swept the country, with residents from all 50 states submitting petitions to the White House calling for states to withdraw from the Union and from their own independent governments. The petitions have received a combined number of signatures totaling over 1 million. So we have over 1 million signatures, basically from all states around the United States of America here. And yeah, it seems the second American Revolution is upon us, perhaps. And you have radio host Alex Jones calling for it. And I, being a citizen of New York City, born and raised here on this island, my